Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel, where we dig into the unspoken rules of wealth, power, and class in today's world. If you've ever wondered why the richest people stay so quiet about their money, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic: why the upper class don't talk about money. It's not just manners, it's strategy, tradition, and something way deeper than most people think. So grab your drink, get comfortable, and let's break it down. Money shapes nearly every aspect of life, yet in some circles, it remains taboo. Nowhere is this more evident than among the upper class. While many people are eager to discuss salaries, costs, and financial wins or struggles, the upper class often stays silent. This silence isn't accidental, it's strategic, cultural, and deeply ingrained. This piece unpacks the reasons behind the upper class's reluctance to talk about money. We'll explore the social, psychological, historical, and even economic motivations behind this unspoken rule and what it tells us about class, power, and privilege. 1. Silence as a marker of class. Talking openly about money is often seen as gauche or inappropriate in elite circles. In fact, the refusal to discuss finances can act as a status signal. If you don't need to talk about money, it implies you have enough of it. This behavior separates the upper class from the middle and working classes, where money talk is often necessary. Whether it's budgeting, saving, or debt, financial discussion is a part of life. But for the wealthy, the absence of that discussion becomes part of their identity. 2. Cultural norms and conditioning. From a young age, upper-class individuals are often taught not to talk about money. It's considered vulgar, like talking about bathroom habits or sex at the dinner table. This norm is passed down through families, elite schools, and social clubs. When your environment treats money as a given, the discussion around it can feel unnecessary or even shameful. The silence becomes a learned behavior, one that helps people navigate their social world more easily. 3. Avoiding comparison. When you start talking about money, comparisons follow. Even among the wealthy, there are vast differences in income, assets, and lifestyle. By not talking about money, the upper class can maintain a sense of cohesion and avoid awkward hierarchies. A hedge fund manager and an old money aristocrat may both have wealth, but it's different in origin and social meaning. Keeping money off the table helps avoid challenges to social harmony. 4. Protecting privilege. Openly talking about money can draw attention to inequality. It exposes privilege, inheritance, and unearned advantage. Silence protects these systems by keeping scrutiny at bay. When the upper class avoids money talk, it also sidesteps uncomfortable questions. How did you get your wealth? Did you earn it? Do you pay your fair share in taxes? Do you deserve it? In this way, silence is not just etiquette, it's a shield. 5. Maintaining power. Information is power. By keeping money talk private, the wealthy retain control over how they're perceived. If no one knows how much they have or make, they can curate their image more freely. This is especially useful in business and politics, where being seen as either too rich or not rich enough can carry risk. It keeps leverage in the hands of the individual. 6. Fear of judgment. Even the wealthy can fear judgment. Flaunting wealth can come off as bragging. Admitting financial mistakes can be embarrassing. Keeping silent is a way to avoid both. Also, the upper class often interacts with a range of people in social and professional settings. Talking about money can create resentment or awkwardness, especially if others are less well off. 7. Privacy and security. Discussing money invites questions, and questions invite attention. For people with significant wealth, that attention can be dangerous. From kidnappings to fraud, the risks are real. Discretion becomes a form of protection. The less people know, the safer you are. It's also easier to manage expectations, requests for help, or pressure to contribute. 8. Tradition and legacy. In old money families, tradition plays a huge role. These families have often spent generations cultivating a certain image. Talking about money disrupts that. It introduces modern transparency into spaces that rely on mystique and decorum. The emphasis is on how you carry yourself, rather than what you have. Legacy matters more than net worth. 9. Economic strategy for those managing large sums or investments. Talking about financial details can have consequences. Market movements, investor confidence, and media narratives can all shift based on a few sentences. Many high net worth individuals are advised by legal and financial teams to stay tight-lipped. Discretion is part of the strategy. 10. Philanthropy and guilt. There's a complex relationship between wealth and guilt. Many wealthy individuals engage in philanthropy, and talking openly about their own money can undercut that image. It can make them appear self-serving rather than altruistic. Not discussing personal wealth helps maintain a narrative of humility, whether it's sincere. It also allows them to control the terms of their generosity. The power of silence in the upper class. Not talking about money is more than just a social quirk. It's a carefully maintained practice with real consequences. It protects status, masks inequality, and upholds a cultural identity that separates the elite from everyone else. Understanding this silence isn't just about decoding the habits of the rich. It also forces us to look at the broader systems that make such silence valuable. Why is discretion rewarded? What does it say about our values? The upper class doesn't talk about money, not because they can't, but because they don't have to. And in a world where money often equals power, that silence speaks volumes. And that's a wrap on today's video. If this gave you a new perspective on how money and class really work, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss what's next. Got thoughts or questions? Drop them in the comments. We love hearing from you. Until next time, stay curious, stay sharp, and remember, what people don't say often says the most. See you in the next one.